the trout and the lake back green. Hackles spinning, I'm lost in the flow. Whiskey gets warm, but the tie's starting to glow. Tip from an old pro stuck in my head: fish don't care if you're sober or red. You was asking if the pattern's legit. I say if it floats and folds. Boots hit the dirt at the break of dawn. Fog rolls low, the fire is gone. Backpack's packed and the flame is lit. Green in my pipe and I'm loving it. Rods and reels, the river's wide. Cast my line where the big ones hide. Pine smoke has toke, sky so clear. The wilderness screams, I'm alive out here. Blaze the trail, let the smoke rise high. Underneath the mountain sky. Weed wild, free and loud. Everything outdoors, we own this ground. Blaze the trail with the storm in our lungs. Nature roars and the song's begun. Rolling light and breathing deep. This forest metal never sleeps. Crack a brew by the fire's glow. Bears don't scare when you're burning slow. Hammock swinging to the beat of the wind. Bong hits hard, now the trip begins. Hike the ridge where the eagles scream. Head full of smoke, heart full of dreams. Steel strings ring through the trees so wide. Metal meets moss and the spirits collide. Blaze the trail, let the smoke rise high. Underneath the mountain sky. Weed and wild, free and loud. Everything outdoors, we own this ground. Blaze the trail with the storm in our lungs. Nature roars and the song's begun. Rolling light and breathing deep. This forest metal never sleeps. Fire in the pit, sparking my soul. Fishing pole in hand, I'm ready to roll. No signal, no city, just leaves and loud riffs. And the green that gives my spirit a lift. Blaze a trail, light the night. Smoke curls up in the moon's pale light. Weed and wild, free and proud. This is the way, screaming loud. Everything outdoors, raise your voice. Campfire metal, make some noise. One with the land, high as the peaks. This is the sound where the wild speaks. Blaze it high, get reeling in. Roll that thunder, let life begin. Everything outdoors, everything outdoors. Smoke and steel in the great outdoors.
Hello! Whoa. Sorry about that. Hello, Long Riders. Welcome to another. Whoa, Tracy's not on there. Let me know when I got you on there.
Alright. There we go.
Alright. We got the super crazy purple going on in the
We do. Georgia P.I. Chirpity chirp.
we got big news, crazy news,
Hey, everybody.
some crazy stuff you're not going to believe. Here we go. Big news. Big news.
Don't forget to say hello. I see people
That intro
coming
that
in.
you just watched, that's the last time you'll ever see that intro. It is gone.
Okay.
Bye-byes. Intro in the beginning of this channel is now over. It's gone. We're out of here. All the hunting videos are now gone. It is now back to the original everything fly fishing. We are no longer doing outdoor shit. We're no longer doing hunting stuff. It's strictly fly fishing from here on out. You guys responded. You guys say that's the way I want it. And that's what we do. We do what you guys. This is your channel, not my channel. Not really. So that's what we did. So back to everything fly fishing. We're going to give you some talk today, and I'm going to make a video about it. I keep telling you guys about it, and today you're going to get it. What is the deal with urine nymphing? We're going to talk about that. We're going to show you that. We're going to talk about that, and you're going to think that what you heard from me lately, you thought how I felt about that is wrong. You're wrong about how I feel about it, and we're going to set all that straight tonight. Not to mention, we brought the two birds together. We brought Farley out to the living room to finally meet his girlfriend.
Hey, Eric, what's up?
Sunshine, and they gave to each other a beak kiss today. It was awesome, and you have to go to Sunshine's channel. It's called Sunshine and Friends.
Very awesome.
Link is probably below this live stream.
Eric here, he says, what's up,
Hey,
guys?
Eric, what's up, dude? Got a lot of live stuff to talk about. We got urine to talk about. We go, why they kept the birds. We'll talk about that.
You're up to 7.
And guess what? I got something you guys do not want to go away. You don't want to leave. If you come here, you don't want to leave. I got something to show you. I got big news. Big news. Channel name change. Videos going away. New changes in the channel. And some big crazy stuff that I got to bring to you. For now, it is so full of events that I got to do bummer. It involves my sister is a person that goes and she sells people's property when somebody passes or whatever. The family wants to sell everything. She goes in and she gets the auctioneer. She hires the auctioneer. She evaluates everything. They have a sale.
Farley's being a monkey over here.
I'm going to ask you questions, and I want to see if any of you guys, you got to stick around because you're going to put your 2 cents in. If you could tell me, that's what I'm going to do it tonight. We're going to say, can you tell me? And we're going to show you stuff, and you're going to tell us, can you tell me? You're going to say, hey, look, we're getting close to 10, guys. I will get a calendar to bring it up so that I know.
You were, you're up to, you had 7.
Right? We got a lot of stuff coming on, man. I'm going to show you time materials, and you can try and tell me if you really know what they are. We're going to show you, we got 2 massive tubs of flying materials.
But they must be having problems because they come and go, you know. It went from 7 to 2 to 4.
Some people, excuse me, some people go back and forth between people's
yeah, but I don't think we had that much of a drop. I don't think we had that much of a drop that quickly.
Alright, so check it out, right? We're going to talk about the first video.
Cool.
Alright, we call this the dry dropper. Now, let's talk about this. In White Deer, I got the wrong mouse, guys. Hopefully we got I got a mouse for the laptop that we have usually going all the time, and we got about 100 computers going one time. All right. But you got very good internet because we don't have a problem with you guys usually live. Okay.
No.
All right. Dry dropper. Here we go. So this one here is called the dry dropper. All right. So we're going to show you water. Well, the water is only, what would you say it is in the first hole? We call it, that's what we named it. We named it the first hole. What would you say how deep the first hole is? Probably, what, like 10 inches?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not in front of the tree, but the tail end of the deep hole.
Yeah, right.
So you're talking about 10 inches. So, and it's crystal clear water. Deepest hole is 10 inches, and you'll see how wide the creek is. It's literally impossible for you to urine nymph this hole. One, there's no way. There's no way in heck. You put your foot in that water to get close enough to them to urine nymph it. And you can't, trust me, I have only been using a strike indicator. I've been fly fishing for, what am I saying where I'm at, 40 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, 41 years now I've been fly fishing. I've only been using a strike indicator for 10. No, 15. 15. Think about that. I literally tight lined and high sticked all my life. And then I was out fishing with my cousin, and he said, "See that water? I want you guys show me how you're going to urine-nymph this. I want to show you. I'll take you out. You can hire me as a guide, and if you can show me how you urine-nymph these holes that I'm showing you, your whole day of guiding is free. Literally, you can come hire me as a guide, and if you show me how you urine-nymph these holes, you know, I'm not saying you ain't going to catch a fish.
No.
But you're not going to catch a fish I am. I mean, you might find one that's in there that was just put in that year because they stock up and down this whole creek. And we put a rainbow in 1 year. They put a rainbow in 1 year, and they tug it. It went 225 miles in 1 week. All right. So see this water? You got me? This is not urine-nymphin water. Now, urine-nymphin is the most deadliest fly fishing technique, besides dry fly fishing, I ever seen. Literally. I'm going to show you in the next video that happened last year. And I've only been urine-nymphin for 3 years. 3 years out of... And dude, I am not lying. If you're on the right water, oh my gosh. White deer, there's places of white deer I'm going to show you. I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to show you. Because urine-nymphing, you guys, them urine-nymphers that don't want fly line. If you met a true urine-nympher, they want mono the whole way out. It's called solid mono rigs. And that's what they would run if they had their choice. They don't want fly line. They really don't. They don't. There would be mono all the way through. I have stuff that I have. I'm going to thread up. If I have to go buy it again, it's expensive as crap, but I'm going to show it to you. It's made by, I use it as my ciders. I don't usually use ciders, but I want to start because it might get them solid hits. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? That just it'll just teeny takes. You might let me see it a little better than use it. I can see the mono, and I can see when the mono stops, and I need to set the hook. My problem is, and you guys let me know in the comments if you know a better way. I'm not getting to as many to the net. I mean, I do. I don't understand why I'm not like getting more fish to the net. Like they fall off at the last minute. Failing on your shit. Falling asleep.
What?
She's falling asleep on me over here. She's not playing the music.
I told you to hit play when we started, and you never did. I had it there in front of you there, darling.
You're supposed to be in control of that.
Well, too bad. Too bad you're in control.
Look at how far we have the camera. You can even see that? That's sunshine, ain't it? No, that's
Sunnyville.
That's Sunnyville. And yes, very much named after Trailer Park Boys. I started watching Trailer Park Boys in season 1. My friend had one of them big dish and recorded it on VHS. That's how long ago it was. And we would watch it in the garage. And we had this garage. Literally, you guys, you could stand in the garage and see all the engines on the wall. There'd be like, there's a V8, Chevy V8, maybe, you know, whatever. Vet engine. There's a Camaro engine. Most of them, there was a lot of big blocks. There was the 454 because his dad ran in his Nova. What was that? What did they call them? The Nova.
Oh.
I can't think of them. There was one in the second, I think. Second Fast and Furious. Remember, he says you're not going to beat that. That's what the hell they call them? There was Camaros made. There was Novas made. Yinko. They're like special. They have big blocks that were like they're a Yinko or something like that. Yiko. I can't think of it right now, guys. I'm baked. But anyway, and we started watching Trailer Park Boys. Why we'd have these cars up there, we'd be pulling engines and transmissions and watching Trailer Park Boys on a big screen. The ones that weighed about 1,000 pounds. Wicked cool shit. Sitting on we had this whole thing. We called it the smoke lounge. We had bongs sitting there and shit. And it was back room. My buddy literally was like, I forget what he told me his salary was. 300,000 a year or something, and he worked for his dad. And all he did is ran around and promoted this thing. And he said that he always worried about people because they knew, if you ever hear of Keystone Building Products, that was him. And they're in every house here. And he said he didn't want anybody to know who he was, and it was really cool. Because they would always think that he had a lot of money, which he did. And he's like, dude, so he would always get like, he'd go out and get like, he would never get like, he never had a woman. He'd go out and go out to like strippers and buy strippers. That's crazy as shit. Because he would never trust women, not to want him for his money, you know. What would you do if you were like,
I don't know.
Dude, his dad was like a billionaire, man. I mean, you know. It would be rough, dude. He told me all the time. So I don't even know what to do, dude. So the only way I could be safe to get one that's never ever going to come back, and that would be he'd spend like $2,000 for all night long for these women, all night long. But they were like model, like it was nuts. I was like, dude, that's crazy. He goes, yeah, but he says I don't have to worry about like them divorcing me down the road and taking half my money, you know.
Right.
If you're like worth a lot of money, you'd have. It was crazy. He took this Ford. I forget what Ford he took. Like impossible to make go fast. It was like a 4-door like Tempo, and made it go like 8 seconds. It was insane. He spent like $125,000. It was nuts. He was one of the funniest dudes I've ever met in my life. Fucking funny. He'd be at the track, and if he lost, you would just wait for him to come back and make a comment, because you knew it was going to be the most funniest thing you heard all night long. And me and Craig would be sitting there just trucking beer, waiting for him to come back, and he'd come back, and we'd be like, and he'd say something, and we just lose it. It was so funny. Anyway, what does this have to do with fly fishing?
I don't know.
All right, so
Customized 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. Cheers was the car. Cheers.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, my buddy, I did a lot of work with him, and he Yenko. Yep, Yenko. It was a Yenko Nova with a 396, I think is, and he.
Right on.
How did he do that? He said that, I think he bored it out or something, made it a 454s. I forget. He told me how it was, but it was crazy. Thing was, man, did the thing launch. And, dude, he never put wheelie bars on it, and the whole thing was just, it looked like it was going to twist the frame, but he had all that frame support in. We put cross weld in, you know what I mean, the cross weave, and the unibody thing. Like, well, it was never unibody, the Yenkos. But it had that, we put the weld that cross thing in. Shit. Dude, that thing still looked like it was going to twist it sideways, dude.
Shit.
It would launch and just go, wah, and you could just see the one tire would squat, and it would just, get her, buddy. It was so wild. The big block, and it would just, woo. It was wild. It was so much fun, because you'd back them up. That was what I always got to do, because I was the mechanic. And it was so crazy. They would try and get me in pictures, and they'd be like, dude, we're not taking a picture, dude. We're not. Jerem and Craig and his dad. We're not taking a picture, dude. We're not. We're just all going to hang out over here in the track. Beaver Bob just wants to say hi to us all. Right? And then Beaver Bob come out, and dude, they would all get on it. And, because remember, one dude always picked, this was so funny, dude. I'd be down hanging out at the end of the track. I would always hang at the end of the track to watch the quarter mile.
Okay.
And then see, they'd be like, dude, I've seen a finish where dude Palace won, like, the whole night, right? He finished and beat the Pro Outlaw by, like, shit, like a foot. It was so close. He goes, dude, how close was I? I'm like, dude. Because it was like a 1/2 of a tenth of a second. It was like crazy. It's like
Gold Eye says traction bars. Hell yeah.
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Dude, a friend of mine. Dude, I got a couple. Here's a couple racing stories for you. A friend of mine dropped a 454 in his Oldsmobile. He put the drive shaft. He transferred it from the Oldsmobile to the Chevy rear end, or the Chevy to the Oldsmobile and through the drive shaft swap. So they cut the drive shaft, they put the yoke, and that's how they do it, right? And they cut it for length. So he got this in, and he never put the frame attachments in. He said, I knew I should have, but he said, I didn't think it would be that bad. So he dropped this 454. They have decked it all out, right? Supercharge it, dude. He had pictures of this thing. The freaking engine stuck way up out of the hood. Fucking hit the gas the first time they did it. Twisted the whole frame. He said it came back down. He said it set, the one right on the right would be the passenger side tire, set on the ground, and the one on the driver's side was a foot in the air. That's how bad it twisted the frame. I'm like, oh my God. So they whip everything back out and go find a new Oldsmobile, switch the pin numbers and everything, and oh, he says, man. Another buddy of mine, he said to me, we were at the garage one day, he calls us up and he goes, dude, you'll never believe what I just did. So he got all the cars ready together, and he forgot that he had 2 more welds on the roll cage to do, and he had just bought a shifter box.
Oh, shit.
Which are $1,000. And what that does, you hook it up to the transmission, electronics in the electric transmission, and it controls when you shift the car. You can computerly gain when you shift the car. So you could say shift the automatic transmission. You could say shift the transmission at 6,000 the first time, 5,000 the second. You know what I mean? Control all that so you get the best ET time, right? No. He hooked all the box up, forgot to unhook it, and arc the weld to weld the thing and fried his computer box. $1,000 computer box, never got to use it. Wow. $1,000. Little box to shift the transmission, fried it, never got to use it.
Like a beer can crunch.
Yeah.
Gold Eye
says. Dude, I worked on drag teams. Like, we actually had a section. We were 6-year champions in streets, automatic, and sport compact, me and my buddy. And, dude, I have seen some funny things. Like, we've gone out to the track. Somebody's going to drag race. We had this one guy had an S10 with a big block, a blower and all this shit. This S10, he stood it straight up in the air and brought it down, and the frame cracked, and the engine set on the ground. And that's where it sat. First try ever to run it down the track.
Oh my goodness.
People build these cars and have no idea, because if you have a lot of money, you can build a supercar, but if you never drove it, you're gonna wreck. I guarantee. My buddy let me drive a lot of his cars, and I babied it because I knew that if you take an 8-second car and you have somebody like me behind the wheel, and I hit the gas, I'm going sideways in the ditch and wrecking it.
Oh shit.
And I am not going to be responsible for buying a $125,000 car. I'm not. So I'm 8-second car that is totally street legal. Drive on the street, inspected, has everything. You can drive it from here to your grocery store and get groceries. And runs an 8-second car. It was $125,000. We sold the one car, blown up with no engine that worked good, for $30,000 with a blown engine.
Oh shit.
Because you can't buy a Lamborghini. You would blow a Lamborghini away. A Lamborghini doesn't even close to 8 seconds in a quarter mile. Not even close. Do you know how fast top end? You're talking 300 mile an hour top speed. Think about that. A Lamborghini does like 225?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've been at ungodly speeds. It's insane. And my buddy, it was funny. Me and my buddy, all our lives, since we've been kids, have been into what we call ghost cars or sleepers. Some people call them.
Right on.
That means there's nothing on that car that shows you it's fast. Nothing. Like my buddy, it was so funny. A couple things, like Chevy has on their engines might be red, I think, or orange, and Fords are blue. he painted his engine orange and the heads on it blue. He said, wait till I go to the track tomorrow. They're not going to know what the hell to think. And he would take all the stickers, all his racing stickers, all his sponsors. He had like 50 sponsors. All of the stickers was under the hood. He said, my sponsors told me they have to put the stickers on the car. They didn't say where. He didn't put them all under the hood. You couldn't see any stickers. It would come up to the track. It looked like this little teeny Honda Civic. 8.5 second Honda Civic. Yeah. 8.5 second Honda Civic on fucking 4-cylinder. Fuck you, Fast and Furious. I swear to God, the turbocharger was 21 psi. Was higher, no, 12 psi higher than, bigger than the engine. And the street automatic was a 21 psi on an LT1 or vet engine, Corvette engine. I think it was an LT1 but LZ1. I forget. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a Corvette engine with 21 psi, ran 8.3. Every year at the end of the year, we'd run the car as fast as we could. We'd keep it back at 10 seconds so he could race his dad and his uncle. Why are we talking about drag racing on this channel? Probably everybody went away, huh?
No, you guys are talking.
All right, okay. All right, so.
I don't know why you're talking about it.
Look.
I'm going to go get a drink.
I'll tell you a little bit. I'm going to tell you a little bit. Here, you're going to explain a little bit to you. About yours truly, okay? My dad, when I was a kid, I have showed Tracy the house, and I explained to these guys. I've worked construction all my life. All my life. That's what I did. I never filled out an application until, like, 10 years ago? 5 years ago. I filled out my first job application. Because my first job, all right, my first job, they said, I heard you need a job, right? I went to the Legion. And I met another vet who said, I heard you need a job. And I said, yeah. He said, all right, be at my house at 6 in the morning. I went to his house. The boss picked us up. And from there on, I met him every day at his house. I could walk. It would take me 5 minutes to walk to his house. Every day. I went to my next job, you know, years later. And the guy that I worked with at that job moved to a different job. He said, hey, you got to come here. They pay better. Went there, and he goes, oh. And I'll see you at 6 in the morning, and I went there. I never did an application. And my last one, I went in there, and he goes, I called the guy up, and I said, he said, yeah, well, you can start working with me. He said, what's your name? And I told him my name. He knew my family. My older sister babysitted him when he was a kid. He's like, oh, you're hired. 5 years out for my first job application. Worked literally construction all my life. You know what I mean? But my dad taught me, my dad was a mechanic, not the kind of mechanic we're talking about, even though we built classic cars all my childhood. My dad was a mechanic at a Chef Barty's. Has anybody ever heard of Chef Barty's? No? My dad worked at Chef Barty's as a mechanic.
Somebody else just bought that. They just brought Hector back.
Really? Did they really?
Yeah.
That was my dad did. But he built cars, classic cars. Even though the mechanic, I thought when I was a kid, I was like, Dad, how much gas does that plant take? He goes, it's electric. So my dad was an electric mechanic, gas mechanic, and he just built his house not too long ago. That was probably 15 years ago. Without a blueprint, did it himself. Rebuilt everything, moved steps, rebuilt a whole house. Took all the walls down to nothing. Re-drywalled it, everything himself. No blueprint or nothing. There's not a construction worker probably now could do it. So my dad made everything. So I went to school. I'm a chef. I worked all my life laying block. And I'm a guide now. And I can fix your car. I went to mechanic school. Went to chef school, mechanic school, and learned block because it paid better than anything else. Construction worker paid good. When I was younger, at 23, 24, when I first got out of the military and got that job from the vet, I got paid more than anybody my friends did. I made mad money. Later on, after I started working where I do now in plants, my dad said, "Hey, you should have done that all your life." I'm like, no. I lost $8,000 the first time I worked in the plant that year, and every year when I laid block, I was off from November to March every year, and I lost $8,000 and worked all year long. Man, I made great money. One year I built a Camaro. I bought a Camaro, a chopper, and I moved into a new house and put down payment on a new place. Couldn't remember the third one. That's what it was. I moved into a new house. All within the same year. And I made 58 grand that year. That was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago, 25 years ago. That was pretty good, not bad. So, I make one hell of a gumbo. And right now I'm trying to work on the torque converter in the truck.
I'm sorry, I do apologize that I missed the behind on the chat.
Oh, wait, do you have a dab loaded?
I do. We're doing a dab of pineapple snake. Gold Eye said we just built sleepers with header dumps, purred like a kitten. Tell you, pulled exhaust dumps, screaming straight headers, lol. And, whoops, and then he said his dad was a mechanic, so live and learn, fun time.
Dude, you know what I like? You guys are talking straight pipe. You know what we had on a lot of the cars we built? Because a lot of them we tried to make street legal. Like, we went and won, we were runner-up at Street Nationals in Maryland. And we drove the car from PA to Maryland, the same car we drag race, took runner-up in the Street Nationals in Maryland, and drove the car home, right? But what a lot of times we put on the cars is that Y pipe, right? Did you guys ever do that? When you put the Y pipe in, and then like this is straight pipe. It's maybe only 4 foot long, and then the other one goes through mufflers and everything. And all you do is hit a button in the car, and it opens a flap. And goes, dude. Me and my buddy would go downtown and hit the button, and it would go to that straight pipe and set up car alarms because it was only like 4 feet off the headers. That's it. Straight pipe, 4 feet off the headers.
Gold Eye said he also used to guide fishing and hunting years ago. Now,
I worked all my life. I have to go back to a job, and next year I'm starting the guide service, and I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna do like free website, whatever I can use, a free website builder, and that way it don't cost me any money and paid for the insurance. It's only $300 a year, and boom. That's what I'm going to do. I am not paying for a fancy website and doing all that until I start getting response, because I suck at marketing. I need to hire a marketing executive, and I'd probably be good to go. But
right now the birds seem to be
I'd be great.
me out.
I would be a great hunting guide. I know things about making mock scrapes and all that, and how to keep buck around. And trust me, I don't know nothing. And I put Tracy in. I've had Tracy missed a 10-point and all kinds of shit. She's been out with me. Tracy's badass. I want to see a bat. 3 shells. 3 deer, or is it 2 shells? 3 deers, 3 shells, right? Right.
Yeah.
She has 1 waist shot, and we don't want to talk about that. She goes, I have 1 miss. I said, I ain't counting as a miss. You shouldn't have shot. It was your rookie mistake, no problem. It ran by her at like Mach 10. I don't know, she shot, and I was like, yeah, what the hell? They came by her so fast that it was like, man, there's no way you would have hit them. I can just tell by the run patterns. If you hunted long enough, and you know, bud, you said you were a guide. You're a guide, you know. You can see run patterns. Especially when you're tracking them. You know when they start staggering, you see the fall marks. You know when their knees scrape down, when the blood puddles stop or build up. You know?
Right.
Archery hunting, make sure you take an hour before you track them. Rifle season, get on right away because you probably blew that shit out of them. I could set up a guide service on public land.
Oh, yeah.
Every year I show Tracy, we go for rides in the mountains. I'm like, look, how easy? She goes, psh. Every year she goes, dude, you would have it so easy as a hunting guide. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just walk, find it, you know? I'm hoping that eventually the fly fishing guide takes off enough. I make enough to start I want to do the bow hunting. I want to be a bow hunter guide. I always said that in my life that bow hunting and fly fishing are the same. I mean, anybody, I'll tell you why. Here it is. A lot of people yelled at me. He said, not every fly fisherman wants to alright, not every fly fisherman wants to see you shoot an animal and kill it.
No.
But which is like, and I had a lot to say, and I don't want to be like mean or rude about anything, right? But I do say that you do know that that's who gave us the feathers. Like my buddy said the other day, he said, and I agree with him. I do in one way, and in one way kind of not, and some ways I do. He said that. Did you know that?
What?
That Orvis has made fly fishing a rich man's sport.
Well.
Maybe, yeah. But I talked to Tracy the other day, and I said, yeah, what taught me is no, they didn't. Fly fishing made it a rich man's sport. If you look at the old, go way back, and look at like Ireland or any of that shit where fly fishing really started back, the fly fishing started because of guys would go and they'd tie these wet flies and they would go all over the world. That's why you see jungle cock used, golden pheasant used, macaw, sunshine, and farley's feathers. They're all over these wet flies. Why? Because that means you have to go to the Amazon jungle and either find one, and God forbid they probably didn't do it that way. You probably can imagine how they got them feathers. Okay? So they would have the golden pheasant feathers, the macaw feathers, I mean, dudes, look, man.
Hang on, guys. He'll be right back. With something to show you. I think. Get him, Rep. There she goes. She's going to see what is going on. Alright.
This is one.
Just be careful. Watch the bong and the dab.
So you can't see me, right? Reeks. Okay? This is one. This is one.
You can sit it over there on the floor, honey.
Oh!
God.
Did I get you?
I asked you to sit it on the floor.
Did I get you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you hit me in the face.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Let me kiss.
No, I'm not giving you a kiss. You hit me in the face.
Alright, sorry. See this? This is bags and bags. Bags. And bags. And bags. That's one. Okay, hold on. Here's number 2. See? Huh. I think that's something. What are they? This is in the fly tying stuff. I laid it on top to show you. What is that? Oh, it's a macaw feather. This is not. I didn't put this in here. Look, does that have a price tag on it? Mm-hmm. See that price tag? That was because they were trying to sell it. Why? Because this is what they did, guys. Look, look. See this? See this tub? It's full. It's really full of fly tying stuff. Dude, look. Just tons of stuff I have to go through. The thing is, I don't have no clear idea what's in these tubs.
Goldeye says he still has old feathers from
Whoa.
herders from the 70s.
I gotta go make sure that I go through there and try and that's why I'm gonna do videos. I'm gonna do videos and tell you guys what okay. You got a dab? I don't have
I've
one.
had dabs for a long time.
Alright, so we're gonna do a dab here. We're going to the second video, okay? And we're gonna call this one's You're Nymphing. Alright. I think I might have showed this one, guys, before. But here we go. So
We did.
this is Uranymphing, and before I Uranymphed, I had no idea.
You played this video. You said it was something else.
Anyway.
Tonight. We already seen this. You said.
Oh wait.
This was.
Oh, this is Dry Dropper.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is Uranymphing. All right. So I never ever
You have 10 lifetimes worth. Goldeye said.
Yes, I got, dude, and this is just what I got for my sister. I got probably about half that size. I got 3 of them back there full of stuff already. So I'm gonna have to go through and
Cheers, Dab.
All right, cheers. I'm gonna have to go through them and like separate all the necks. I better have 50 some different necks. The cool thing is they sold all the dry fly necks. And you're like, wait a minute, did you just say the cool thing is? Yes, I did. I have more brown dry fly necks with the Class A, you know, or what? That's not what it is. Grade A dry fly necks. I got saddle hackles. I got so much dry fly hackle. I don't need them. So I have in these boxes. I got so much wet flies. I'm gonna get into wet flies now.
Yummy.
I am not just also, guys. I'm not gonna show you guys. I told you guys. What would you say it was 2 years ago? I said I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna put out limited videos, and then I'm gonna kick you in the head. Did I not tell him that?
Yeah.
2 years ago. And did I not relax? Now it's done. It's over. We're covering wet flies. We're going to cover all kinds of crazy crap. Man.
Goldeye says, toke it up.
Right on. This hits for you, Goldeye. Goldeye. I love that, dude. That was a great movie. Goldeneye, James Bond's Goldeneye, that was a great movie. I loved James Bond when I was a kid, dude. Dude, I'll never forget the first time it says, what was that one chick's name? Was it Octopussy? Was that her name? They always had crazy names. Did I show a video not talking? Mm-hmm. Alright. You guys, back that up. Alright. Now, I want you to pay attention. Now, this water here, this is Uranymphing water. It is. All right. That's your nymphin water. See it? That is your nymphin water. That's where you're nymphin, right off the tip of the rod. So what I do is cover the rapids. Now this water, you guys, is only a couple inches deep. Now this is how white deer is. This is how light a white deer is. Now usually you'll have this kind of reaction, and then you have a big rock. If you guys ever pocket fished rapids, you're an infant. I'm telling you guys. So all I'm looking is, see this rock? I can't. I put this. I want to get one where I can show you the. Like I can get one and I can show you whatever I point at with my mouse comes up. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if this live stream thing has it. You guys, I don't use half the live stream crap this thing has. But you can see that, you know, that's rapids. So you'd start closer, okay? So what I'm going to tell, I was saying to you, is that they stock the rainbows in white deer. They have never, ever put small rainbows in. They did, well, I'm not going to say ever. They did 10 years ago. And when they shocked the creek later on, now, like, I have been, like, the guy that used to be in charge of stocking, he's not there anymore, but my friend that was in charge of it for a long time, I think it was like 40 years, whatever, was a good friend of mine. And he'd tell me what's going on. And they shocked the creeks, and none of them were gone. They were all gone. Whatever, wildlife ate them. Right. The hawks and all that ate them. We were just fishing not too long ago, and an eagle went right down this creek where we're at, and right down the middle of the creek.
Right.
Like, you know, it was only 10 feet above the water.
Yeah, really weird.
Just totally fishing. So, that's where they go. But this water, the only real way to do this is you're an infant. You can't, I mean, you can dry drop it. That's what TRACYS does.
Yeah.
You have to have a very good dry and a real light dropper, which she does pretty good at. So, and I you know, now that we went back to just fly fishing, I want to get more into training you guys and showing you this. And this is why we're talking about this. This is the water, like not the water we seen earlier, where it's slow moving, crystal clear. That is not. You want to have the water that's rapids like this. And if you want to know what I think, I'm telling you this, where I know a lot of people I watch and I'm like, well, who are you to tell me? I'll tell you who I am to tell you. I got this from one of the 3 or 4 year, I think it's 4 year, FLW winner. Who is like a Euronymphid champion. Named Walt Young. You ever hear the Walt's worm? He's the one that I got this from. So, he says, you got to make sure if you're Euronymph where you got a Euronymph, dry fly where you got dry fly fish, and strike indicator if you got to use a strike indicator. And he is the champion. FLW champion. So, it don't come from me, it came from him. That's the person that gave the information from. That's what he said. In rapids, broken water, that's Euronymphid water. Slow-moving, crystal clear water is not. And I've seen many people out there, and I laugh because you're wasting your time. Right? And I have never, ever caught a wild rainbow on white deer until I started Euronymphing. It is the most deadliest thing I've ever seen in this kind of water. On the water that I fish a lot of, I used to call it dabbing when we used to do it with brook trout, but it's nothing. It's the same thing. It's Euronymphid. You just take a 4-foot rod, stay away from the water so you don't spook the brook trout, and just drop the nymph down in and hold it up. Nothing different. That's Euronymphid. We did it for brook trout when I was a kid. We did it when I was fishing a worm fisherman. We take the rod and dip the worm down in it and float with the... It was all taught to me when I was young. And I'm telling you, it is the most deadliest way I know how to fish these kind of water. See that water? I could walk right up onto a fish, right at my toes. I did it. I have an old video where I caught it. I'll have to go back. I don't remember showing you that video on the.
I don't know if we did or not.
I don't remember talking about it. And when it was done, I'll have to go back and check that video out and show you. I was actually straight in the indicator fishing when I should have been urinary fishing. See? Now this is a wild rainbow. I mean, the camera's a GoPro, and, you know, maybe not show you, but it is. It's a wild bow. You tell by the way it looked when I showed it. Tracy goes, wow, look at that. The colors that didn't show up and all that, you know, it's, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it is, trust me, it was a wild rainbow, which they say doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It don't. PA Fish Commission said that doesn't exist. They are new, they are made, they don't reproduce. Well, you didn't put them there. You never put a little rainbow there. It's not a holdover because you don't stock them this little. You're talking this thing was probably, what, 3 inches? It don't exist.
GoldenEye is oh, that's right. He told us that before. A bait fish for a catfish, remember?
Oh, dude. Can I come hang out with you?
James Bond, cool though.
Dude, can I come and hang out with you, dude? I will bring you here, and I will show you how to fly fish for trout and catch every trout wherever you go. If I can come to your house or your place and fish for catfish. We can't fish for catfish here. The only catfish we have in our creeks are mud catties. They don't get big enough to eat, and the ones in the river aren't safe to eat. The fish in our rivers aren't safe to eat. All right, they polluted our rivers really bad.
Rainbow, he said.
You know what I'm saying, guy? So I can't. Oh man, I've caught many catfish, mud catties on my fly rod in the middle of the day. Catfish, especially when you're deep and slow. When you forget to raise the nibs off the bottom just a little bit.
And your glasses are reflecting on the camera again.
All right. What are we doing now?
Doug Rose. Shatter.
I'm getting a little bit of heartburn, so I guess I'm going to just do one of these. I'll share it with Honey, and then she can share hers with me. Or maybe she don't want one. We love these things. Hot mamas. I'll hold it for you.
Sure, I'll take the bite, honey.
Daisy, why don't you come in here in the camera? There she is. Both the big birds are tired and in their pen.
They had a late night move last night.
That one.
They were really unsure what was going on.
Today, this morning, you have to go check out. I'm pretty sure it's in the link below. If it's not, go to like the last live stream or something. Sunshine and Friends. And we have a video put up that I filmed the first time they got together. We moved their cages together. Mm-hmm. They're both they have their own side of the room now. That's the McCall side. I'd like to get a sign put up here, somewhere that hangs down that says McCall Street or something. That's their place. Tracy put in it's really cool. It looks like jellyfish. There's water, and the water changes color. And she took the top off, so it reflects on the ceiling. and it sits there and they dance, and they look like the two jellyfish dancing. It's really cool light. She has over there for them, for the birds, and they have their own little entertainment area and their own little. They have all this. I can show you, Craig. Let me know how when I'm back to you, okay? You ready? You guys see it? Can you see it?
Got that sunshine and the light.
See it?
And there's Farley.
You guys can see all the
There's the light and the
plays.
plants. Yep, there's the swings and the.
See all the swings and everything? That's their whole area where they get to. That's their whole. That's the McCall area.
Oh, they can see the jellyfish too.
Oh, can you see jellyfish down there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a jellyfish. That's their. They got their own.
Now,
Good.
yep. Now you gotta go up. A little more. More. You're seeing. Keep going. There you go. That works.
Am I gonna be in there?
Yeah. Go up a little further though. You're really showing the cow. There you go. That's good. Very cool birds.
Yeah. That's. Oh my God, guys.
Oh, they rock. They're awesome.
We literally. We couldn't have got them any cheap. If I told you how much we paid for the two birds, and they're both McCalls, that's a Harley Quinn and that's a blue and gold, and they're probably estimated about $4 or $5 grand a piece. And you
Oh,
ain't even
yeah.
you would
Crazy.
shit if we told you how much we paid for them. We got her. We paid ungodly cheap for her, and then we got him because we had her. Like everybody knows now. Like we've had calls. And I stopped turning them down. We're not turning down any bird calls. You know, we're going to take all the birds and we'll just rehome them.
Right.
So what we're going to start doing is a rehoming service here too, where we'll take a parrot and go rescue it, because both these two needed rescue, right? And what we found is if you're going to ask a really cheap rate for your bird, you're probably not treating it right. So, you know what I mean? And we want to bring them in, and me and Tracy go, and we visit you. You know what I'm saying? We go say, okay, what's your home look like? Make sure that it's suitable for a bird. And I would never rehome, like, Farley or Sunshine to a home that didn't already have a bird.
No. No way.
Or a kid. Little kids, or it has no bird, you're gone. You're you're not getting one. Farley swears a lot because he's raised by little kids. She literally, I love the bird, and I guess she used to yell about people not playing with Farley, or playing with Farley and had a problem, but she got rid of him as soon as the kids got old enough and didn't pay attention anymore. It was a weird situation. So. I got something to show you. Huh?
Quit feeding that to me.
Tell me which one you like.
Hang on, guys. He's getting something to show you.
Hey, you take that side.
Alright.
Alright, got that one? Alright. Okay. That's number one.
Hang on. That's number one.
Take that corner. That corner. Alright, that's number two. Now in comment below, tell me which one flag you like the best. And that's the one I'll hang out for. I'm gonna go pee, I'll be right back.
Alright, comment down below. Which one do you like better? One or two? And he'll be back in a minute or two. are pretty cool. Daisy, you're out of the camera again. Move over here. There you go. Silly, silly Daisy. She keeps just moving herself right out of the camera. Oh my goodness. Right on. Right on, I'll let them know. So far you got a vote for number 1.
Number 1.
Yep. 1 vote. So far.
We don't know how long they're going to last, so. Well.
Number 1 and 2, LOL.
So you're gonna go outside on the Avery with the American flag. I have American flag I didn't hang up yet. So tomorrow I'm gonna go and hang the American flag out. And I had to get rid of one American flag I hung out, right? I bought it and it came with a pool and all this stuff. And I was like, man, this hanger that they gave me ain't gonna hold. And there was a metal one out there, so I put a screw in it just to make sure that the flag wouldn't blow away, right? A storm came in, and the flagpole itself came apart.
Yeah, the pool itself.
The whole pool that the flag hang on, it came apart. The inners of the pool still are out there, and the top are back in my room. So I went and got another flag, because that one, what they say, winds up on the ground. And so I have a new one. I'm going to hang the American flag out there. This time I'm going to hang it instead of hanging it from one of them pools like that, I'm just going to hang it. I'm going to put 2 screws in that goes into 2 holes. And then I'm going to put a screw in the middle that actually holds it flat to the wall I'm hanging it on. It's actually like an overhang. Like the ceiling comes out past the gazebo. It's a square gazebo, they called it when we bought the house. It's now the McCall's Avery. So what I'm going to do is put branches out there. I'm going to put a tiki bar out there with lights, and then a lock, and you'll be able to go out there. We'll go out there and drink, and you'll have music. I have a second channel on my stereo. I'm going to run speakers out there I already have, and so you'll be able to turn the stereo on, listen to. I used to listen to Margaritaville live, but
oh yeah,
we lost Jimmy, so now we don't have Margaritaville live. So, but we do have Jimmy Buffett on Pandora, so you just put the Jimmy Buffett channel on.
Right. All right, we're up for Thug Rose.
Thug Rose. All right.
Shatter.
Thug Rose Shatter. But, yeah, so next year, it's going to be coming soon. The link will be in all the videos where if you live in this area or you come into this area, if you don't hire me as a guide, yeah. I've watched people guide, and I'm embarrassed that people pay money to hire guides.
Well,
I want to make you sure that you know I'm not a typical guide.
sorry guys, I keep trying to find some music that makes it so boring.
You know what I like to say? I'm going to say it like Kiss said it. You wanted the best, now you got the best. That's what Kiss how used to announce themselves. You wanted the best, now you got the best.
That's the wrong way, sorry.
Guides take you out. Here's where you fish. Here's the fly you tie on. And a lot of guys take advantage of that. We seen a mom and a son. We know they were guides because they had the bright orange Orvis fly fishing line that says I'm a beginner. And they were fishing in places there's no way they would have caught fish.
Oh, yeah.
No way in hell. No way in hell, guys. There's no way in hell they were fishing it. And that guy, I know he's a guy because he kept going out and talking to him. He was there for a paycheck. And I'm so mad. And it makes me mad because, I was into fly fishing. And I've been into fly fishing for 2 years. And I became a guide. And then after that, 10 years later, I didn't do that and opened a fly shop. You shouldn't have became a guide till after the fly shop. You shouldn't have been a guide, taking out people out fly fishing until you had a clue what the hell you were talking about. 2 years and I became a guide? You were not even had a clue what you were talking about. You were still at the teenage, I know everything about fly fishing stage.
Right.
I have a comment about my fly tying all the time. If you guys been paying attention to these live streams, I showed you one where people bitch about the length of my tail or the length of my wing on my dry flies, and I showed you I cut everything off the fly but a hook and a wing and caught fish. So what are you bitching about? You're bitching about they don't look good in your box, and your friends don't think that they look great, and they yell at you and say, no, flies look like shit. Are you catching more fish in them? Does it matter after that? No, it don't. And I'm tired of this. Well, everything has to look perfect. Really? Them flies, you don't catch that many fish. And I find that people make that comment are stupid, and they've only been in the fly fishing community a little while, and just really want to say that they think they know what they're talking about. Has anybody ever seen a dry fly hatching on the water? So, now answer this. Did the wing match the tail length? The same length of the body? Did it all look perfect? Was the hackle all perfectly trimmed and straight up and down? Or was her hair sticking out, and the wing sticking out here, and then the wing off at this angle, and its tail sticking up and off in this angle, and it looked like a big ball of mesh as it spun on the water and formed wings? Is that what it looked like? Then that's what you want to tie. Come on, man. It's not that hard. I need all my dry flies to look perfect so all my friends think I'm cool. Is bullshit, and stop it. I'll tell you what you do. If you're going to get into fly fishing, spend a little bit less money on the rod and a little bit more on classes to give you a clue. How about that? Me and Tracy went out one day, and there was all these guys that had like all these expensive waders, Orvis $1,000 rods, Sims waders were $800, and they had all this equipment. They looked like, and dude, the first thing I heard is they didn't know how to cast. They weren't even pausing in their back cast. They had no idea how to cast. All that money and no idea how to fish. They didn't catch anything. Tracy made them embarrassed. And they actually went running. All three of these guys that had all this money went running when Tracy outfished them. She walked right up. They were like fishing. These fish are rising and they're not catching any. Tracy kind of walked up and I told her, don't be rude. And she's like, well, I said, just don't be rude. So she kind of walked up and they kind of started closing it in. And she caught fish right where they were standing. And that wasn't long and they were gone.
You have a comment.
What?
Godai says he can tell when someone knows fishing, and you definitely are a very knowledgeable guide fisherman.
Dude, I don't have a choice, dude. I'm what, 40, I forget how many years, man. I don't remember. 44 years or something? I learned this crap. I learned how to tie flies before I learned how to fish. I had 2 years of time before I even picked up my first fly rod and fished with it. I did it as fun. Because my dad caught me at 7 years old. He said I was stripping wire, the wire, speaker wire, bell wire. I was stripping bell wire out and wrapping chicken feathers around a hook. He said, "What are you doing?" Fly tying. He said, "I have no idea." My dad picked at me forever. All right, here's a story. My dad picked on me forever. He said it takes me 15 or 5 minutes to dig worms. How long does it take you to tie all them flies? I said, "Dad, whatever, man." And he's like,
yeah.
So he's like, "Dude, no, man." He said, "I'm serious, dude." And I'll tell you straight up, I'm not going to lie to you. You can ask my wife, Trace.
Oh, yeah.
You will never meet a better worm drowner in all your life.
Definitely not.
If you're not at top of your game as a fly fisherman, you're going to get embarrassed by a worm fisherman
Definitely.
real quick. real quick. My dad has been out fishing 20 years longer than me. You know, not 20 years, at least 10 years longer than me, probably. And man, he will embarrass you. And he's like, oh man, and I am getting my boots on to go out fishing with him. And he's he's already fishing. He's got a worm on. I said, bet you $5 I catch a fish before you do. I said, Dad, I don't want to embarrass you. You know, I'm just cranking it up.
Right.
Oh, what do you mean? I'm fishing. You're still getting your boots on. How much do them boots cost? Right? I'm like, dude, $100 for the boots, about $150 for the waders. Oh, that's crazy. I paid $80 for these rubber boots. I know, Dad. Oh, why are you you're not ready yet? Get your boots on yet? I'm over here fishing. You're going to lose. Did you take that bet? I said, yeah, Dad, I'll take that bet. Oh, wow, watch this. I'm going to outfish you now. And he's going on and on. I get my boots on. I string up. I put a strike indicator. I put the material one. Put one of them on. Put a beaded head pheasant tail on. Oh, are you not ready yet? I said, now can I come down there and fish? Can I take that hole? And I mean, it's beautiful. This hole caved down like this and curved inside and made it eddy where the water like almost dead stopped. Where you knew, and there was all this brush piled up on the bank. Where you knew they were hiding under that brush. You know, it was like a foot of brush where they were hiding under that in the shade. And I dropped that strike and it came rolled around inside that eddy. And boom. Bah! Dad's like, oh! And he owed me $5.
Daisy,
it was all
move
over.
over there.
You know what I mean? And he had been fishing 20 minutes before I have. I said, Dad, you don't understand. I said, I've been studying fly fishing. I've been studying bugs. I said, I talked to my brother-in-law, who's a chemistry professor at a college. He's a professor at college, teaches college chemistry. And he talks to me, he goes, I can't believe that your knowledge of bugs, your knowledge of... I said, I just was studying whether a dry fly gets caught in the foam more in an eddy, more in a rapid, or more in a still water. Does it make more stillborns in them? He's like, what? I said, and I had to break it down. He goes, I can't believe the guy that barely made it through high school, who's a construction worker, is talking to a professor at college, explaining things to him, and he's trying to understand it from him about science. And I said, yeah, but that's the beauty of it, dude. You know, that's the whole beauty that we get into with that passion that much. You know, and yes, the foam can cause more dry pores. Especially that foam you get off the side of the eddy, that forms in that little foam. If that nymph comes to the surface, gets caught in that foam, it might not go to the surface and not attach.
Reading the water is key.
Reading water is totally key. Reading water. I have a friend of mine. We call him the water whisperer. I'm the brown trout man. This is the rainbow killer, and he's the water whisperer. Just knows exactly where fish lay, and he taught me a lot growing up. Not growing up so much, but
right on.
my older age. He's taught me a lot about reading water, and dude, I can find it. I can see him in the water and picture what is on the water and know how that fly is going to respond when it hits that eddy. Where he goes, that's why he called me the brown trout man, because I can picture how the real dry fly would respond. And a lot of times you can manipulate your mend in your line to make sure it responds the same way. Because once it has that line attached to that dry fly, it might not swirl the same way it should. And by learning that mend, throwing that loop mend or that pile mend, or whatever it takes to make that fly respond that way, might be the difference.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And you got to read that current, read how the think like a dry fly, think like the current and think like the brown trout, all in unison for that given moment. We still don't know. We still have to pull it out of her phone. But I had a big trout, golden rainbow. You guys going to call it that, which I really don't believe that you should.
No.
Call it palomino. But if you want to call it that, do you, buddy. But it's not called a palomino. It's called golden rainbow. Not a golden trout. People are like, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not a golden trout. Golden rainbow. They're bred. They're the dumbest fish on the water. But anyway, because like you said, it spawned. It's a monster. It followed my strike indicator. Right, and I knew it. And I said, this fish is just following the strike indicator as a symbol. She's like, what do you mean? The strike indicator hits the water, signaling the brain to this golden rainbow that there's food. And I said, he's not looking for a small bait, which is on the water, which I don't understand. He's only responding, so maybe he's hitting crayfish or something like that. We don't know, but he's only responding to a splash and big bait. Maybe it was caterpillar or whatever he was looking for at that time. He responded that way. So I took the big strike indicator on, put it a big old golden rain, and I had him on for what was it, probably a second.
Probably.
You know what I mean? It was, and he followed that strike indicator, and he came around, spun around the deep water, came back up on the nymph, and boom! I only had him on for a second. Monster. We're talking.
Talk to people like it.
Sorry, bud.
I'm not sleeping back here, honey. I'm packing us up another dab of hash haze while he gets another drink. Oh, Ripple's back here all sprawled out on the couch. Old hippie kitty. Oh, hippie kitty, she's all lounged out. She don't mind the birds at all, unless they're yelling. When the macaws get really loud, then it scares her. That was a big yawn, Rip. That was a big yawn back there. I woke her up from her nap. She says, Mom. This stuff here is another shatter. The shatter we got this week was really light in color. And the shatter we got the week before was darker in color. So I don't know why. I like it better when it's lighter, and I'm not sure why sometimes we get it and it's darker. It depends on the strain, guys. I keep changing the music around. I have to search something else. These copyright music is boring. Boring. He's got the mixer going. He's making his frozen drinks out there. We love our Ninja. We make all kinds of stuff with it. We make milkshakes and frozen coffees, and he makes all kinds of alcoholic beverages with it, but we just love it.
Beer doesn't do it for me anymore, so I make like 5-shot margaritas. 5 shots of Jose Cuervo, see? Frozen. Yeah, I like this one because if you look right there, I don't know if you probably can't see that.
I don't know.
It has the bird. It has sunshine in it.
Yeah, I was telling him about our Ninja.
Oh yeah, we love it, man. We make frozen coffees, frozen drinks.
There's your dab. Lemon thigh wax. Yep, he says hash nice. Got some lemon thigh wax. So I loaded us up some hash haze, I was telling him.
Right on. Sounds yummy.
It does.
Very lemonine. Lemonine. Is that how you say it? Lemonine.
No, yeah, lemon.
Lemonine. I don't know how you say it. I'm gonna have to learn how you say it.
Margaritas tonight. Awesome. Oh, and they also added Margaritaville. Ville at the end.
Yeah, I got the street sign. Hanging out. I'm gonna take. I have an old bar that has a lock on it. You lock your alcohol in it, and it's just a little bar. Like one person can sit behind it, and I have old bar stools that I made that have they're real wood. So like the bar stool part, the top is about that thick, and it's actually like somebody took a saw and cut a piece of wood off.
Oh, you know what? Earlier they could see it.
Like firewood.
The cameras moved. Earlier they could see this one.
Oh yeah, look here. I'll show you. Here, let me see that. Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, this is huge.
Oh man, be careful. Now you scared Daisy.
See it? See how it's real wood? There's the top. It's real wood. It's actually real wood. And I took a bar stool and put it. Yeah, that's how our bar stools are made. Natural, 100% real wood. So we're gonna have like an old.
You gotta get Daisy. She's way up there.
Old bar stool.
Hang on, guys. Bear with us. He chased Daisy off. He has to get her. She's way up high. I'm a little too short to try. I don't know. You probably should use the chair. No, it's bending.
Now where'd you go?
Get back here.
Oh my gosh.
And she's flying all over. She's gonna put her back over at her house, I guess. See? Hang on there, guys. She's just being flying all over.
What the hell are you going? Oh man. Whatever, stay up there then. Hang on for a while. Maybe you'll come down.
Hello, sunshine.
Hello, sunshine. You hear her say hi to me? Jeez.
Awesome real chair, he says.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them out in the gazebo, and around the bar I'm going to put like one of them grass skirts and turn it into a tiki bar. You know how you'll be able to sit out there, and we'll be able to sit behind the bar and make you drinks, and you'll be able to sit there. I'm going to put like Corona lights and turn it into a tiki bar.
Right.
It was supposed to be a gazebo, but it's not a gazebo. A gazebo ain't square. A gazebo is made, like, my dad has a gazebo, and it's gorgeous. They made it out of, but it's not really gazebo. It's going to be common aviary, and then I'll put, like, branches in there. We'll be able to take both the big birds out there and hang out and have drinks and hang out and have music outside. The lock will have the door will have a lock on it, so I'll be able to shut the door, lock it, and they'll be able to get in. We want to come in the house for a second when the birds are hanging out or whatever.
Right.
That's all coming, guys. It's in the future,
yeah.
so don't go away.
Definitely don't.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, well, I don't have one.
Guys, comments to me just crack me up. Is that one or no? Oh, I don't have one. I have this saying I like to say to people. Didn't I tell you?
Chill, very awesome. Sounds fun.
Said, we have this saying I like to say a lot, right? Like I'll say, didn't I tell you? I guess it was none of your business then, huh? One time I asked her, I said, what are they biting on? What are they hitting? She goes, didn't I tell you? I was like, you son of a bitch. I'm like, you son of a bitch. And I just said, touche, and walk away. And I figured it out. It took me a while.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, another thing. You're going to get that you're not going to get anywhere else, okay? So me and you, we're going to go out, we're going to go fishing. I'm going to take you wherever you want. Wherever you want to go, you're going to have to stop and think about what you want to learn more about. What kind of fishing is in your area, and that's where you should go. Because that's what I'm going to give you talks about, where how better your technique is, and how to improve your technique, and how to fish a little, all right? So, what else we're going to give you is we're going to record it. And, I mean, it's going to take me a while, so I'm going to have to go get a film guide. So it's going to be an extra little cost in the guiding, but you'll be able to go home and hear everything I said to you as advice. You'll be like, what did he say when we were out on the water? Rewind. Oh, that was right. All your day of fly fishing recorded. So, I mean, you go home and you're like, dude, I caught a 28-inch brown trout when me and Donnie was fishing. Bullshit. There it is, dude. See it? As far as we know, nobody else does that.
No. Hard to say, though. But as far as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know. At least in our area we know. Because guides were going to hire us just to do that. And people didn't want to follow up. They didn't want to work with us at all. I'm like, well, what do you want to do? You want me to, like, advertise off your tail end? Or what do you want me to go? And, man, it's like pulling teeth through freaking guides, man. They just like, wow. I can't imagine. All right, here's a good example. Let me tell you something. If you're still here, or you're watching this, I don't care how you're here at this minute. I'm going to tell you something right now. When I was 14 years old, when I learned to tie flies, if there was something like this, live streaming, and someone come on and said, hey, if we get 10 people here at the live stream at one time, you get 4 flies given to you. We're going to randomly grant them. Anytime that we have 4, we're going to get 4 flies away. If we have 20, we give 8 away. If we have 30, we give 12 away. If we have, where am I at? 4, 8, 12. We have 16, we're giving. You dig it? You got me. I did that wrong. So every 10, 20, 30, 40.
Oh, yeah, you did.
50. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32.
There we go. Here's yours.
If somebody would have told me when
pictures.
I was 14 years old, I would have been telling everybody at my tying class, you got to be there Saturday.
Hey.
You should be there. And I would have got flies all forever given to me. What?
We used to take pictures for people way back before digital cameras.
Yeah, but now we're recording it. I got the Canon to record. I got the GoPro to record. I can record 8 hours on the GoPro. Take the best video. I got a professional Canon camera. You see what I mean? Because I've been doing YouTube for 10 years, right? You know what I'm saying? So I got all these cameras built up. And I'm like, why don't I use them as a guide service, you know? Because people don't. Plus, there's a lot you have to learn about video photography, like how to take a good picture. And I went actually, how about it? I went to a whole film school thing. Whole thing. Remember, I went to that whole school when I was off work one winter?
That would be a cool fly giveaway, hand tied.
Yes. My flies. 10 people here. All right? I've been trying to tell everybody this forever. And, man, you know what? I blame it on myself. I mean, I've been trying. I have 3,000 subscribers. 3,000 people that subscribe to my channel. And I sold one t-shirt. I am the worst marketing person in the world. I would love, what I need to do, how I should make it in the business, is I need to hire a marketing executive. Somebody can get because I suck. I can't sell nothing. I suck. I can't, I started paying for a website. I just suck at marketing. So the best way I could do is go back old school. You call me on the phone if you want to, because I suck at marketing. I can't do it. But this is how it's been. I've been telling everybody since I've been live streaming 5 years ago. If there's 10 people here at one live stream, I'm giving 4 flies away. If there's 20 people here at a live stream, I'm giving 8 away. So what it is 4 of 1 fly. You go back and all the flies ever tied. You go back in my videos and look at all the flies ever tied in all my videos, and you say, this is the fly I want. I will tie 4 of them and send them to you in the mail for free. So every 10 people, so if there's 20, I give 2 people 4 flies each. If there's 30 people, I give 3 people 4 flies each. I'm doing this forever. And let me tell you what, when I was 14, 16, 17 years old, if someone would have told me that, I would have went to my fly tying class and told everybody to subscribe to that channel, so I would have made sure I got free flies.
So that'd be an awesome setup for your guide service.
My guide service, alright, no man, I'm going way beyond. You know what, man? If you hire anybody else and you come to PA and you hire anybody else as a guide, you're dumb. I'm trying to work with Lively Legs because they tie the best nymphs in the world. I'm turning out Lively Legs where they work on a deal where you can take their box home. That when you come to guide, I hand you a box of Lively Legs tied flies because I love Lively Legs and it saves me a lot of time of tying. You still, look, check this out. This is how it's going to be. I have my flies. That most flies you see on my channel are my own. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you a box of mine and a box of Lively Legs and a rod and reel compound. We're working with everybody together for like, it'll be so dumb you'd be stupid to say no. So you hire me as a guide, it'd be like, I don't know, $200. And you get a rod and reel, Orvis rod and reel set up. Because we're going to work with Orvis. We're going to work with all Lively Legs. We already have a discount code for Lively Legs. So we'll work with them. And we're going to work with... Actually, we're not going to use Orvis. We're going to use a local guide that was originally a sponsor of this channel. And we're working all this together. So we give you a beginner package. So you never fly fish. You come and hire us. We give you a rod, a reel, boxes of flies of theirs, of Lively Legs, and a box of mine that you only get from me. Only flies I'm going to sell ever from here on out, and I'm going to start them. You're going to start buying flies. You're going to be able to do everything. Right? I'm working on it slowly. I have a lot of stuff going on. Right? So I'm going to work on that, and you'll be able to buy. The only flies you're going to buy from me is ones you can't buy anywhere else. You can't buy a white SOB. You can't buy the Caparadons I tie. You can't buy a purple Caparadon. It don't exist. Nobody ties it. Is somebody going to copy me and tie it? Orvis is probably having it tomorrow. Because they're going to copy me. And they won't say anything. Do you think they're going to give me credit? They're saying that somebody should teach somebody how to tie bow cast. You use the bow cast. It's not the guys at Orvis. All right. So this one's calling Fishing a Pig 1. Here you are. You know where that is? Where is that at, honey?
I know where that is.
On Tracy's finger.
Oh.
We tried telling you guys. Tracy goes to... Anyone? What is it, honey? Do you know?
Jeez, I don't know. That's where my eyes are not very good right now.
Wait, hold on. I'll get it. Hold on, guys. Alright. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a lesson. Alright, you know what, man? I'm going to teach you so much, man. The problem with me is I teach you guys too much. And then you don't want to hire me because I'm teaching you stuff you don't want to hire me guys. So let me tell you what. My knowledge doesn't stop. You can ask Tracy. You go out tomorrow, and you go out the next day, and you go out the next day with me, you're going to be like, whoa, what the hell? He just keeps spilling knowledge. Alright. Any idea why? How would you guess this fly? Anybody? Anybody? Come on, man. I thought I had more freaking backup from freaking people that had an idea what they're talking about, right? How will you know? Look at the bank. Right? Look at the land. Look at the foliage. When the green drake comes out, the foliage is green.
They say it looks like a mayfly.
Ripple, I'm going to strangle these people. I swear to God. Man, are you stupid? Yes, it's a mayfly. There's like 150,000 different types of mayflies. What kind of mayfly is it, man? You know what I'm saying? Dude, you have to what kind of mayfly is it? Tracy, what kind of mayfly is it? Any idea? There's a couple things you have to look at. One, you have to look at the foliage. Is there a green foliage? No. It's apparently spring, early spring, because look how dead everything is. So, listen to me very closely. When you're talking about what flies are on the water, it very, 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 very depends on what kind of foliage you see. The green drakes come out when everything starts turning really green. The Hendricksons, which are black or brown, or the March brown, comes out when everything's are still brown. I'm serious, guys. I'm not telling you, man. I'm not lying to you. It's not that damn difficult. If something looks brown, it's going to be a March brown. If things in the background look like black or dead shit still, it's probably a Quill Gordon, and that's a Quill Gordon. Everything looks brown, and look how thin the body is. Something like a big drake would have a very big body, very
Gold
big.
Ice says nothing they have there.
Nothing you have there. That's a Quill Gordon. That's a Quill Gordon, man. Think when you tie a Quill Gordon and you wrap the quill around a bare hook, so you know that the body of a Quill Gordon is very thin. It's very thin, and the Quill Gordon is the only one that hatches on the bottom, comes to the surface as an adult mayfly.
Getting Farley worked up over there.
Now, you didn't hire me as a guide. You're not out on the water, and you already learned how to identify a fly, how to identify what kind of flies are on the water by the foliage, and I taught you something. Could you imagine how much I could teach you if you'd hired me as a guide? It's on Tracy. Unless I seen something, I might say it was something different. I might have got a better look at it and then knew later. But I'd say that was a Quill Gordon. My whole goal is not just to teach you how to fish Penn's Creek or white deer. My goal is to teach you how to fish your own creeks better. How to identify what's on the water. How to pay attention to how you know. Look at that, dude. That was a blast. You see that thing rail that fucking fly, dude.
Yeah.
Do I have him on? Oh, yeah, I'm on. Okay. I have a missing eyelet. I lost on the first year I had this rod. And I never replaced it because I'm afraid that it's going to give me bad luck. You can see it. It's right there. Right above that thing. Actually, the line is around the rod, actually. Right above that stripe, my cousin who made the rod put it on there because Orvis does that. To make it look like an Orvis rod, they put that band and now it's flat.
Yeah, gotcha.
That was funny as shit. He goes, look, they're going to think it's an Orvis rod. But there's an eye missing off that rod, and I never replaced it because it fishes great. I've caught big browns, guys. All the videos, you go back, look at all these videos, the big browns I caught were all on that rod. That's the only rod I have. That one rod is what I fish with the most. I Uranif with it. I dry fly fish with it. The only thing is I need to step up to a weight 5 for... excuse me. I need to step up to a weight 5 for strike indicator fishing. I'm having too much problem casting the strike indicators out. I'm going to just lobbing them out, you know.
Right.
No, we don't want to hear you talk. Shut up, Dink. Oh, there's Jason.
Hey, watch my knee. Here I am.
Oh, this is fishing the pig. Oh, now I know what the pig is. The pig. Yep. All right. This is what I'm going to tell. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to tell you straight up. All right, look, check it out, dudes. Tracy never ever fished.
No.
She never sat on the bank, tied out a rod for catfish. She never took out her little rod, her Barbie rod, and went fishing for bluegill. She never fished. And that fish you see her catch, I was on the other side of the creek. I didn't tell her what tide to fly on. I didn't tell her what tide to fly on. Or what fly to fucking dank. Or whatever the dank back and dank. She just get dank. I didn't tell her what fly to tie on or nothing. I was on the other side of the creek. All of a sudden she's like, Dad, honey, I think I got a big... And that's the fly she caught. Tied her own fly on. Everything. All by herself. In 1 year. After never catching a fish. And I really didn't instruct her. I was like, honey, this is how you tie them on. This is the flies. This is what you do. And I said, you have every fly that you can possibly find. I said, if you see it in the water, pull it out, look at it, and tie that fly that looks the cleanest. And 1 year, she seen a fly floating down the water, picked it out of the water, and said, oh, it looks like this thing I got here, and tied on a dry fly. 1 year. That's not even that much instruction. After one visit here, as me as an instructor, I'm going to teach you more than I taught her. In 1 year, she caught that big 22-inch wild brown trout with 1 year instruction. And that's when I said, I need to be a guide, man. What am I doing? Why am I sitting in a factory watching bottles go by when I could just be a guide out in the water all day and actually teaching somebody something that they need to know? What was it?
What's that?
Any comment, or is it an old comment?
Nope. I'm just trying to make sure there ain't nothing new. Nope.
So that's what we're doing. That's fishing the pig. So wait,
Yeah.
We were still.
Oh.
I'm talking. Tracy is one of the most amazing students I've ever had an honor to teach. And she's the only one I ever taught. I've never taught anybody. And I do believe that the only reason Tracy wanted to fly fish to begin with is so she could spend more time with her old man. But now, Tracy, I very hope, and I pray to God she does, enjoy as much as I do embarrassing cocky men. Because I didn't do it. Me catching more fish than them didn't embarrass them. But she's outfished most men. See how there's nobody around her? That don't start that way. That starts after Tracy embarrasses them and they leave. And I think it's great. You know what you should do? You should come over, and if you're not being pervert about it, give my wife a big hug and ask her, what do you catch in the morning and how do you fish it? Because my wife would be more than happy to tell you, and more than happy to let you know how it works. Because she has no pride. She don't want to embarrass you.
No. But
she wants to fish with you. She don't go out every day and go, oh, I wonder how I'm going to embarrass men today. She has no desire to embarrass you.
Nope.
She just wants to go fish. And it's not her fault that she's very good at it. With very little instruction. It's just how it's been. It's how it's going to be. She's very good with very little instruction. But I was like, she goes, maybe you should be a guide. And I'm like, why do you think that? She goes, well, look at me. And I'm like, you know what? And that's how it started. But then COVID hit and all this crap keeps going on and on. Yeah. You know.
All kinds of shit.
And Pennsylvania still wants ungodly amount of money of your income for taxes. But they're starting to let up. We're starting to turn a little red. Why do these people? For years, there was almost... My nephew, when I was going to start it, 5 years ago, start the business, said I had to save up 45% of my money in the taxes.
Oh, he said more.
45%. He said, actually, he said 55 if you want to be safe, but...
She's still all the way up there at the top.
That's insane. Half of my money goes to taxes? For what?
Yep, craziness. Yeah.
And it's going down now. I think we're at, what, 25 or 35, didn't they say? Last time I looked?
Something like that, yeah.
So I'm ready to start my business.
Yeah.
I'm what? Crazy motherfucker? Yeah, you're right. We had a party the other day, and this girl, was it a girl? It was that other dude. He said, I never wanted to get into fly fishing or photography. I said, you're kidding, right? And he said, no, man. I said, we were there, what, 2 hours?
Yeah,
I said, you watch me, man. What do I do? He says, only thing I seen you do since you got here is smoke weed. I said, and I got a YouTube channel, and I got good photography. And I showed my picture. He goes, you're a really good photographer.
Goldeye
really...
says they have 110 lakes in this country and no trout. We have everything from panfish to muskie.
Oh, buddy.
But no trout.
buddy. Oh, that's... Dude. Can I come? Is that the dude that... What was it earlier he said that I said I want to come there and eat or something? Dude, I am so there, dude. Alright, man.
Yeah, same
I'm going
guy.
to say something now that's going to get me in a lot of trouble. But... I'm just going to say it, man. I'm going to tell you straight up. As far as fly fishing, trout are overrated. I know people are just like, oh, I bet everybody just went away and nobody's going to subscribe to me ever again. They're like, oh, you're never going to get 10 people. You're never going to get flies away. I hate you. What are you talking about? Dude. But when I fish for trout, I take trout as a challenge. I've never seen a more picky fish. I've never seen a fish rise for a fly, look at it, and turn around and go back down. How many times have you seen that? And you're like, what, 100 million times?
Yeah.
And she's only been fishing for a couple years. Dude. But, as a fight, as anything, dude, I guarantee you, put on a tooth guard on freaking
Goldeye
foot.
says you're a great teacher of trout fishing, all around knowledgeable every aspect.
Listen to me, dude.
Dab time.
Listen to me. All right, dab time. Listen to me.
You're up.
Nothing. And we used to do it when I was a kid, but I never put a bite guard on. Nothing. Dude, we have muskies in our river that are 3 foot plus. We got catfish that weigh 150 plus pounds. Dude, they're nothing. It's going to make you get a rise than hooking into a 4 foot muskie on a dry fly and fighting on a weight 9 rod. You want your... Dude, I know, you deep sea fishermen are like, oh, blue, man, a blue. Yeah, a blue. They weigh 150 pounds, that's cool. But have you ever caught a catfish on a dry fly? 150 pound catfish rise on the Susquehanna River, where I live. Dude, it's a rush beyond, man. I wish I had just largemouth, smallmouth, muskie, and pickerel to fish for on a fly rod.
You're up for your dab. Quit hitting me.
So what would happen here in PA is we go fishing until May. End of May, May 30th, the green drake hops, the white fly falls, and boom, it's over. That's it. Then we pack up our shit and go to the river. Get on a bass boat and cast streamers to a river. Let me tell you what. I used to embarrass my uncle. My uncle would take me out. You know why he would take me out? Day after day after day after day after day. Uncle Elwood. A day after. You know why? Because I embarrassed him. He'd be like, dude, you ain't gonna do it again. Yeah. Dude, you ain't gonna do it. Yeah. Dude, you ain't gonna do it. Yeah. Dude, you ain't gonna do it. Yeah. When it comes to what you do, dude, let me tell you straight up. Are you a fly fisherman? Answer me that. Who is it? What's his name?
Goldeye.
Goldeye. Are you a fly fisherman? I'll wait for your response.
I know trout there, remember?
Listen to me, though. Listen to me. Are you a fly fisherman?
He does cat.
I'm going to do a dab. You tell me. I'm going to wait for your response. Are you a fly fisherman at all? It don't matter. It don't bother me at all if you're not. I just want an honest, you know.
Over there.
I'm going to tell everybody, after this dab, how you become a better bass fisherman or fly fisherman for any big fish. Again, I'm going to give you a guide secret for free. Again.
Goldeye says he's caught channel cat on flies many times while fishing for goldeye.
Gold eyes.
catfish.
Okay. Alright, dude. If you're fishing for anything, like, I would say, like, muskie, you know, I don't even know what I was going to say. That's good, dude.
Yes, fly
Deep
fishing.
sea. Nice, dude. And I forget what advice I was going to give you. One, always remember the figure 8.
You need to get her there. She's been up there. Hang on, guys. He's got to get Crazy Daisy there. Right on. Gold Eye says he fly fishes for bait fish all the time.
Oh,
Don't
bait fish.
The big bird's gonna bite her.
Probably gonna bite her.
Yeah, he's not liking her up there.
Alright, guys. Jeez.
Hang on.
Woo. Alright. Jeez. Yeah, we have channel cats and stuff like that. They raise for the white flies here, which is the green drake. After it comes a spinner with that big white fly, which is all black, hackle and everything, they start hitting them on dry flies and stuff. Or tid moss. Yeah. Carp will tend to hit them. We have some amazing, and I have never, my uncle, my cousin, I call him my uncle because he's older than me, but he's actually my cousin. He bow fishes for carp, and very successful. And so I know where all the carp in, and he stopped. He's just not doing it anymore. They started controlling that. Like, you can only do it for like a month or two. Well, they used to do it all year, and so they started controlling that. Now that people starting to catch them more and getting into the fishing for them, so.
Gold Eye uses bucktail for muskie.
Hey, bucktail, what size?
Always figure 8 before lifting lure out.
Yes, dude. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Man, always figure 8. Dude, I don't even muskie fish. How many times have you muskie fished with me? Never. I have no idea how to muskie fish, really. I don't. I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? I know how to. I did it when I was younger, but I don't do it now, and I haven't done it in 20 years. But I do know that. Always figure 8 before you live. I didn't learn that. I just learned that off of being around other fishermen talking, you know. Dude, don't ever figure 8. What? Like, no, man, really. And I don't ever seen it happen, but they say you don't. They'll hit right at the boat. New comment.
Crazy big carp here.
Yeah, we have big carp here. Big carp. Big carp. What's up? Welcome to today's video. We got a good one, part 2, to fishing the big pig. And the reason why I'm calling these creeks now, I'm nicknaming them, is because I don't want you guys to hear that shit.
Yeah, happened there.
Don't talk back.
Yeah.
Oh, here we at the pig again. Back to pig. Pig. That's in the video. I can't get rid of that.
Lay down there, bro.
I caught the biggest wee rail. I caught a fish a while back. And you guys ever see the river runs through it? I caught a fish. I swear to God, it looked just like that. I hooked it in the jaw and carried it out. And then I had it when me and her got together. And we went on vacation, what was it, 3 days?
Yeah.
And the freezer, we came home and everything in the refrigerator was gone.
Yeah. Oh,
All
yeah.
the meat in the freezer was
Terrible.
shot.
It was
All the
terrible.
deer meat, everything. And that fish was in there and it was done. It was spoiled. And I had to throw it away. And I asked my nephew, or my brother-in-law, who gets all his trout, a lot of trout mounted. Like, he's a fly fisherman, like, as long as I have been. And he catches big pigs, and he's been getting mounted. He's telling me we need to start getting big pigs mounted, so we're working on mounters soon. And we'll show you this, the thirst for big trout. I might start it as a big thing here. We had a very rough year this year. This year I was ready to get back into doing fly fishing videos, and shit did it suck. It rained and rained. We stayed in the flood stage from April to, like, you know, for a long time. And as soon as we went out of flood stage, it was too hot, so. You have a dab ready, or?
I'm gonna get this one ready. I used to top the lure to draw them in, and when I see a miss, I throw out a spoon. The shiny one works very well.
Alright, so now, you take the knowledge you got from what color spoon you threw. So even bottom size. You can tie a streamer the same way. So let's say the belly was a silver belly spoon, and the top was red and white. You tie a streamer that has a lot of flash on the bottom, it's silver, and the top it's red and white. And I'll bet you dime to dollar that streamer is going to catch the same fish that spoon would catch. Now, you're going to be like, well, it don't do the spoon action. Oh, well, here's how you do that. You take non-wire, if you want to do lead, you take non-wire. Let me pause this shit. You take wire, right, wrap it around, and then take a pair of channel locks and flatten it. And then you wrap the wire, flatten, wrap the wire, and flatten it. And you can actually make the same size as a spoon, the same shape, and put fur on it. But the difference is you can put tail on it, you can put, and even if you just want to put a spoon on the end of your weight 8, you can manipulate that spoon a lot better on the end of a fly rod when you can a regular rod.
You're digging in. Relax.
So we used to do a lot of that. We'd put crickets on the end of our fly rod to go up in the mountains and flick crickets for wild brook trout. You know, it was live crickets on the end of a fly rod with a size 18 hook. Put a little cricket on the end and just sit back, take a little slingshot, flick it on the water, and the fly would hit the water. That cricket would hit the water and start moving, and boom, brook trout every time.
Alright. The summer was terrible. Fishing because of Canadian wildfires, nasty. You couldn't be outside.
Yeah, we got some of that this year. We had a warning because of Canadian wildfires here. They said don't go outside. It's very dangerous because of the Canadian wildfires here in PA. We are like our northern border is right in New York, and then certain parts of PA, like out above Pittsburgh, is Erie. And across the Lake Erie is Canada, so not really that far, but
No.
we had fires here. You have a dab ready for us?
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to do a dab. And we're about ready to say goodnight. How long is it?
Yeah, we have ribs in the oven. They've been in for about 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Is that what? Alright. I didn't put a timer on, did I? 2 hours and 5 minutes, so it's 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 hours, and then we barbecue and put them out on the grill. I was supposed to put smoked chips, and I never did. So I ain't gonna get no smoke in this. That sucks. Usually when I put them out, put them in there, and put them in the smoker setting.
I told you a while ago to
I
do
know,
that.
and I didn't.
That's really mean.
Dude, we're gonna start smoking meat at night, and then like smoking
I
burgers.
had to put my dab on that. I don't know what I was thinking.
We're gonna start smoking burgers, and then when they're medium rare, you smoke them, and then you freeze them, smoke. Then you thaw them out, put them on the grill for like the guide service. Like you can get like a smoky BLT burger or something, you know.
I put that on there and it wasn't hot enough. We had 34 days of don't go out, suck, dab time.
We had from April to way past May where it never went below flood stage until the water temperatures got above 70.
It was terrible.
And then the water temperatures went crazy. Then it got stupid hot, where it was like 100 degrees, no lower than 70 at night for months after that.
Enjoy your
The
awesome
only good thing
ribs.
is it kept on raining.
Thank you.
So the water temperature kept going up, but it never went below, it stayed high water. So
Yeah.
now the water levels went way below normal, but now the water temperatures are cooling off.
Oh, yeah.
So there's gonna be prime fishing because, dude, first day of trout season here was flood, and then never went down below flood till after May. So you know how many stock fish are everywhere right now that are just like everywhere, and they gain their knowledge. They've been living off dry
yeah.
flies and nymphs. It's gonna be crazy, dude. This fall fly fishing is gonna be insane. Everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. What are you doing? Alrighty then.
So how long have we been live? 2 hours.
2 hours and 8 minutes now. I
Woo! Holy shit. I thought it said 45 minutes. It's going to soon be 1 hour. I'm like, all right, we're going to get out here. It's almost an hour now. Holy shit. See what I mean? That's it. All day long, you're going to be, you know, I'm not, if you tell me to shut up, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to say I'm going to sit here and ramble off like a crazy nut to you the whole time. Some people don't want it. Some people just want it. Here's how you catch fish.
Catfish are in fall pattern now.
Ah. Nice.
Oh, wait a
They're
minute. Does
starting
that
to
say
fall
fall
deep.
or fail?
Fail pattern.
Yeah, or that says fall.
Yeah. Deep. Starting to run deep.
Oh, he also says he has couple big racks of ribs to smoke this week.
Nice. We got, how much we pay for our half?
I don't even know what we paid. I didn't even look, to be honest, this time. He says the average cat is...
$50 for half an ounce? Is that what we paid?
Oh, I thought you were talking about ribs. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments.
No. How much we pay for our or a half ounce this week.
Normally we pay 60, but it was on sale. I don't know, honey, right now.
I think it was 55. 55 bucks.
Sorry.
It's probably 80% purple.
Fly fishing channel. We're reading comments.
Oh.
Average catfish is 15 to 17. Big ones. Have a great night. It was great talking to you.
What did you just say? Your average catfish is 15 to 20 pounds.
15 to 17.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right? Like, dude, we have catfish here, right? This is no joke. We have catfish. The guy had a sea rod.
Pattern. Fall pattern.
Right?
He said fall pattern.
Oh, 15 to 60. Oh, the size of the... Okay. I was going to say, wow, what the hell? Dude, we literally have catfish here that people go out in the river with deep sea rods, like where they would catch big fish, and can't reel our catfish in. We have catfish there. It's easy, 150 pounds. And big. I tell her a story. One time I seen this log floating around. It was about this big around, and about, you know, about as long as I could stretch my hands, right? And it was just floating down the creek, and I stepped out of the way so it wouldn't knock me on my ass, and then the whole log flapped its tail and swam. I got out of the river and then went back in for a whole year. Think about it. I thought it was a log. Bigger than that, as big as I could stretch my arms out, and that big around. That's how big the catfish was. There is some big catfish in our river. And now, we don't call our creeks rivers. You would call most of our creeks rivers anywhere else in the world.
Oh, yeah.
We don't call them creeks. Our rivers, you don't even... You might swim across. Maybe. I doubt it. Most people can't swim across our river. That's how wide they are. You just... Good luck. Plus, it's huge. You know what I mean? Huge. Our river is huge. They put a dam in our river called a lake. It ain't much bigger than the river itself. Our rivers are huge. Alright, so we're going to get out of here.
Wait, I gotta see what our time is. Alright, so you're at 2 hours and 13 minutes for you.
Right? So I got, what, 3 hours?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? 1 o'clock, I'm putting one to grill, guys. Dude, it's funny. I'm glad I don't have a bunch of wood, man. One night, I was out.
Blues and flatheads are huge. My biggest channel cat is 45 pounds.
We have them 100,
45
150.
pounds, that's crazy.
No, we have them here 150 pounds. The channel cats, we have the blues, channel cats.
You haven't caught them that big. He said he caught them that big. Now, come on. How big are they here, though?
They can't get, you can't reel them in.
Is that what it is? You can't reel them in?
Nope. Nope, impossible. I had this guy had one of them big reels, deep sea reels, and he's sitting on the bank like this, and I walked up to him and I said, dude, what's up? He goes, I got a catfish on. I said, dude, you're stuck. He's going like this and bending around. He goes, go ahead. And he says, okay. He says, he says, reel it all the way down. I got it down to the water, and he goes, now, jerk as hard as you can. I went, boom, and that rod went, whack, like that, straight down the rod. Went, zzz, and that channel cat went running. He goes, there is no way I'm going to get that catfish in. And they're talking to one of these big deep sea rods that they reel these big, 150-pound blue in with. Deep sea rod. And he says, there's no way I'm getting a catfish in. He says, there's no way. He said, I don't weigh enough. He's on the bank, and when that fish hit, it like drug me. It weighed more than I do, and I weighed 145 pounds when I caught it.
Right.
And it outweighed me easy. Because as soon as it took off, I was like, oh, try not to get wet, you know what I mean? That is insane, dude. We have big catfish in our rivers. Big. Monster catfish in our rivers. We will tell you about it. You come to PA, buddy, you want catfish. But you can't eat them. They all
No
suck.
blue cat, no flathead cat, only channel.
What, in PA?
No, where he's at.
Oh, where you're at. Yeah, we have them all in PA, man. Monster. Because the rivers get warm, so what happens is our trout get out there, and the ones that don't get eaten by the pike, so if you're going to catch a muskie, the best way to do it is when they start stocking the trout, is go to the end of the trout streams and put on like a brook trout streamer. Just tie it with the colors like a brook trout. Go get yourself one of them little teeny brook trout rappels, and just tie it as close as you can get to look like that. If you're going to fish for muskie, pike, bass, any of it, you're down to your local fisherman. I don't care if he doesn't sell anything that has to do with fly fishing. You're down and ask him what lure catches the fish, and buy it. Take it home and look at it, and do the best you can of tying a fly that looks like that. That's the best advice I can give. Whether it's muskie, go to your local fisherman or whoever sells bait or sells anything. Say, what is your top #1 muskie selling lure? And when you get it home, look at it and tie a fly that looks the best it does.
He says the world record channel cat is 58 pounds.
Yeah, but what's the ones that get to be 150 then? Blues, right? Blue cats. Or no. It's bullheads. Right? Is it the bullheads the biggest one? I don't know which ones are the biggest ones, dude. I have no idea. I know no catfish. I never catfish in my life. The only fish I fish for are blue cat or mud cats. And we used to fish them, and once they get above, I think it's 8 inches, we keep them. That's what I think the limit is. Is the little mud catties, because you can't, our river that we told you about, you can't eat fish out of there. You can't eat the bass out of there. You can't. I caught one that looked like a cow, like black and white spots on it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know which ones of the catfish get on. I'm not saying the channel cats or the blues or the bullheads or which ones get to be that big. I don't know, but we have. Man, it's crazy catfish we have here, and carp. We have a wild amount of carp in our rivers.
Yeah,
But
we do.
crazy amount of carp. We have carp that run up our creek out here.
Full moon.
Sucks.
Slip bobber rig with
I hate full moon.
suckered minnow.
I hate full moon. Sucker minnow. Look, they're out. Probably not like this now, but ones are like 4 pairs for $1 or whatever. Cheapest stockings you can buy. You take the toe, and you cut about 2 inches of the toe off. Right? And that's the only thing you keep. Throw the rest of the stocking away. Now you fill that toe up with chicken livers. The reason why you're using the toe of the stocking is you can stuff it. You know what I mean? And stretch it out. And it's the only way you can keep the chicken livers on the hook. And then you put the chicken livers on the hook using the stocking, and you throw it out. I guarantee you're going to catch more catfish than you ever have in your entire life. Chicken livers are better if you keep them out like a day or 2 outside when they start sticking a little bit. Then put them on the hook. They reek. There's my bait fishing man. Anyway, we're going to get out of here because we got to go make something, man. I forget. What'd you say? We have like
a while, but we're going to jump one out, though.
Yeah, man, we don't.
I don't know.
I'm starting to ramble about bullshit. and I'm getting trashed, so I'm going to embarrass myself.
You can do your dab, but we're going to cut on out.
Alright. Should I do my dab first?
Sure, if you want to.
Alright. Get out of here. Alright, I'm going to tell you again. I can't believe I got to tell it over and over. We get like 8. 10 people, we give 4 flyers away.
Cheers.
20, we give 8 away. 30, we give 12 away. So just tell your friends, man. Tell them be here. It's every Saturday at 10 o'clock. It's like every Saturday. Sometimes it's 11 when we go fishing or hunting. But every Saturday at 10 or 11. Every Saturday. Guess what else is? Every tomorrow, every day, and Sunday at 7. Every Sunday at 7.
Yep.
We're live on TRACYS channel for the 710 podcast, where we talk about everything wax. Here we talk everything fly fishing. I mean, that's the name of the channel. And there we talk about, on the 710 broadcast, everything wax. So, now we're going to soon start we don't know what day of the week it's going to be, on every Pirates and Parrots broadcast. We're going to have the parrots up, and they can talk. We're going to find out what the best time for them is when they like to talk. Right now, they're both sleeping. Earlier today, they couldn't shut them up. But tonight, now they're sleeping. So, and so is Tracy. So, and
Do your dab.
so we're going to see you guys.
I'm always down to talk fishing. Peace.
I'm still building the house. Eventually, we're just going to have everybody come over here. Like, you'll be able to come over here and hang out in the bar and be part of the live stream. So, we're working on it. I'm still rebuilding this whole house because it's trashed. So, I'm like still rebuilding it. So, I still have to put new floors in the kitchen and the bar. And then I built that huge bar that weighs 1,000,000 pounds. And that's a bitch to weigh around. So I'm going to have to tear that all down. And polyurethane that, move that out. And, man, I got a lot of work to do. I want to do tongue and groove, the wood on the wall. For the whole wall in there. Hit two! Hit two! I'm either gonna do that or flat. I don't know. I think I might do go buy pallet and flap it, and then polyurethane them. I don't know.
Hard to say.
Hard to say, but got a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna redo my shower, and I'm gonna do a half tile, half brick, because I got a whole bunch of brick. And I'm going to redo the whole outside walls in the house to make it look like it's a brick wall.
Right.
So I'm going to do like the shower, and then like this room and this room and this room. And then I'm going to put them like, I want to like put them on kind of like tile on the floor, pavers, because that's where my water lines, and then break them in or block them in so that you have, so what it is if you have a water leak in the water lines, all the water would run right down to all them brick. And then you just like every once in a while put a little hole, what they call a weep hole, and just put a weep hole in there. And then all the water, if them lines ever leaked, like they started to shoot water everywhere, it would run down the brick to the weep hole and run out the weep hole and onto the ground. So you would never have, if they started spraying water everywhere, you would never have water on your floor. They'd just run down the brick to the weep hole. That's my idea. Don't be surprised now. If all of a sudden, everybody started putting all this in technology in their houses.
I got a lot of outside work to do now that it's nice outside.
It was hot, dudes. It was been hot. What happened is it was constantly raining. Like, constantly. It was hard to mow your grass. It was constantly weekend, like twice a week. Every week, it would constantly rain. Every week. Every week since April to the end of May. Over that. It was almost to the end of June, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Rain. We stayed in flood stage the whole time. As soon as we went out of flood stage, it got hot as shit. It was like, water temperatures went through, like, we had water temperatures here in PA, and some of our waterways, stocked trout waters that were 75 degrees. It was nuts. She's like, look at that. It was like 95 degrees, waterways touch 75. So, all right, so we're out. You guys, we love you all.
We'll catch y'all tomorrow on
You
my
guys.
live stream.
Hell yeah. So look for the pirates and parrots. I showed you the flags. What did he pick?
I'd
Number
like to
one.
have a knee lift.
Number one?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. So I decide, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to hang one outside next to the American flag. So I have another flag to buy. I'm going to put the Irish one, American one, and the pirate one. So, like Jimmy Buffett said, I was a pirate, born 100 years too late. I did a bit of smuggling. I run my share of girls. I needed enough money to buy Miami, but I pissed it away so fast.